I just saw Beauty and the Beast. Well, not really just her, it's 2 in the morning currently. I saw her a few hours ago. But I had to do a review on it. I had to do a review on it because I haven't done many reviews in films recently because I haven't seen that many. So, Beauty and the Beast, the remake, not the original. The original is a fucking masterpiece, but the remake, it's okay. It's not great. The remake is not great. It just... I'll go through what I enjoyed and didn't enjoy about it. Let's go with the negatives first. It's always easier to get It's always easier to get those out of the way. Negatives. Emma Watson. She didn't care. She wasn't acting. It was just Emma Watson. If you watch something like Blade Runner and then fucking Star Wars, you can tell the difference between Deckard and Han Solo. They're different characters. All I saw was Emma Watson. I didn't see Belle. It was just Emma Watson being Emma Watson. Her singing wasn't great either. She didn't sing very well. She didn't care when she was singing. It was just like she was reading off a script. It doesn't compare to the original singer, who's fucking quality singing. The original... just listen to the original and then listen to Emma Watson singing. The original is so much fucking better. But it also was heavily auto-tuned, and you could sort of tell it was auto-tuned, because it didn't sound right at all. Another thing about the fucking movie, it was so dark. It was, like not metaphorically, literally dark. This is a problem I had with Suicide Squad. It was so fucking dark. They were just turn a fucking light on. I know, it's all candles and shit, and they actually did go for real candles. Sure, that's good of them. But if I can't fucking see what's happening, that's sort of a problem. There was just some scenes where I had no clue what was going on, because I couldn't see anything, because of how fucking dark it was in the film. It was stupid. Just dumb. The Beast looked good. The Beast was done well. Although, again, I would always prefer the animated film. The Beast did look good, and not too obviously CGI'd, even though it clearly was CGI'd because it had to have been. But it was actually alright. Beast was good, sounded good, they got a good person for the Beast. All the fucking, what are they called? Just the ornaments around the house, like Lumiere and Cogsworth and all that. They were good, though I didn't think they were cartoony enough. And I get it is a live action remake, so they wouldn't be cartoony, but you couldn't really see their faces. Like, a whole point of, like, they should show expressions, they should be expressionate and have emotions, and so you could get the emotions from the voices, but from their facial expressions you could barely see their faces throughout the entirety of the film, though they did get good people to play them. Like, Mrs. Potts was good, and Lumiere was good, and it was all good. Yeah. Although, I just didn't care for any of the characters. The character I cared most for was Belle's father. He was the best actor in the film. But no one else really gave a shit, to be honest. Gaston was underplayed. They didn't go far enough with Gaston. Gaston is supposed to be this... Gaston would be the hero in any other fucking Disney movie. Because he's the prince, well, he's not a prince, but everyone loves him, and, oh, look at him. But he's not, and that's the whole point, like, But they fucking underplayed him. They didn't make him extravagant enough. They got a good person to play him. He was done well, but I don't think he was played up enough. Another thing, with the singing, you could barely understand what they were saying at some points. Like, one of my favourite songs in the film is the Gaston song, in the original, where they're all in the bar and they're all singing, but you can barely make out what they're saying half of the song. The dress, the fucking... You know the scene, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, either version. You know the scene where they dance in the big ballroom, and that's a big moment, and in the animated film, that was a great scene because, you know, it was like half CGI, so it was sort of 3D. It wasn't as impressive in the live action one, but because it was live action, and anyone can dance in a room in live action, to be honest. It was good. It was filmed well, but the dress, fucking terrible. It's terrible. The dress that Belle wore was terrible. If you look at cosplay for Belle, people have done amazing cosplays, and the dress is this extravagant golden thing. In the film, it was just a yellow poofy dress, and it looked awful, and I hated it. I get that the original dress isn't that great either, but that's because it's quite early. Well, not really, but it's still like fucking. When did the original come out? Before 2000s animation, so you wouldn't expect the dress to be this marvelous thing, but it didn't look good enough. It should have been more extravagant. It was done well though. The film was paced well. It was faithful to the original film, not the original story, because the Disney films never are. But it was paced well, and they did actually kill Gaston in the end, which I didn't think they would do, because in the actual animated film, he dies, and they even put, like, animate skulls into his eyes to make sure you know he's dead, and they did kill him. I would have thought, oh, that's camera, they'll show him die, but he'll come back later. No, they did kill him, which I was happy about, because, you know, he's the villain. And, I don't know, I just generally don't like the Disney remakes. I hated the Cinderella remake, and I knew this wasn't going to be as good as the original. It was okay, but I would much rather see the original than watch this again. If you're going to see the original. Emma Watson didn't care throughout the film at all. She just didn't fucking care. And the only reason she was there is because she's Emma Watson and is a big name, and if you have a big name, it'll draw them into the movie, sure. I could think of more if I had more time, but again, it's 2 in the fucking morning and I'm very tired. So yeah, it's in the middle. I've got my rating system. You got your trash, you got your cash. This is the whole fucking name of the show. It's sort of dead in the middle. More towards the bad trash side. And I'm excited for Mulan. The live action Mulan, they can't fuck it up that badly, right? Hopefully, Rick and Morty, they'll bring back the fucking Szechuan sauce. Although I doubt it. You'll only get that if you watch Rick and Morty, so I'm sorry if you haven't. Anyway, that was my review of the new Beauty and the Beast. It's been out for a while now. I'm a bit late to this, aren't I? See ya.